whose identities we don't know, could be over 20, whose identities we don't know, and like they could be anybody.
Yes.
And so why is that not the single most pressing problem the country has?
In my opinion, right now, this is one of, if not the biggest crisis this country has faced in a decade. Truly. I mean,
Right.
The security aspects of this, the humanitarian aspects of this have got to be addressed. So I agree with you. This is at the very top of our list at DHS. We've announced today that we're now treating this like a massive Cat 5 hurricane disaster. We are bringing all of the interagency together. We're asking everybody to chip in. We need to surge down as many resources as we can to the border. But Congress needs to look at this as a hurricane too, right? Where is the supplemental? Where are the additional authorities?
Of course.
Where is the way to address this?
But I mean, I've covered hurricanes and natural disasters, and you see men in uniform with rifles. You see the National Guard there.
Yep.
I read a bunch of background quotes from flag officers in the United States military who said that's a frivolous duty for us. We've got a real duty is over in Syria or whatever, some other country. Why wouldn't we put the U.S. military along our border if it's really a crisis of that magnitude?
I think we're looking into that. We've made the request. I'm in constant contact with the Acting Secretary of Defense. I talked to some of the combatant commanders today. We are, in fact, pushing more and more military resources to the border. And that's what's required.
I mean, but the president is the commander-in-chief of the military. Would it be possible for him to say, we're moving troops to the border tomorrow? And this is, I mean, he could say we're moving troops to Venezuela tomorrow if he wanted, but he can't do it to our own border?
No, I think he absolutely, of course, has full authority to defend our country.
Right.
And I think that's what he's moving to do. I mean, his statements in the last week about closing the border are a perfect example. He will take all action that is required to do this. So, yes, it's on the table. We're actively moving in discussions about moving more troops down now. We're working with the National Guards, working with the states. But absolutely, DOD plays a huge part of this.
So just one last question, and I don't even know if you have an answer, but why is it that the press, many in Congress, don't seem to recognize the magnitude of this? Do you think it's that they don't know the details, or they don't care? Do you want to speculate as to why no one's responding?
I mean, look, at this point, I'll be blunt. I think they're blinded by politics. Unfortunately, they are blinded for what they see as a request from this administration instead of looking at the requests and the way in which it is directly affecting Americans. I mean, you mentioned fentanyl.
Yeah.
Last year alone, CBP and ICE interdicted more fentanyl to kill every American 4 times. I mean, the effects that this is having in American society cannot be understated.
I agree with that. Do we have any sense of how much got through without being interdicted?
We do not. But the good news is the president requested and did receive additional resources at the border